the Forcecast. You're back with your anchors, Morgan
and Austin.
Sorry, our episode is coming late this week. We just had some unexpected things come up Thursday night, and by the time Austin got to my house, it was pretty late. We didn't want to stay up too late like we did one of our last times.
Yeah.
But we are still here, and we've got another episode coming up for you today. Let's kick things off with our in this week. Sorry, I figured we need to change that. In this week, and actually we're going to do the next 2 weeks for our Lord of the Rings and Star Wars segments, because next week we will not be having a podcast episode due to the fact we are going to Endgame.
Yep.
The early showing, we're actually seeing it at 6 o'clock in the evening. We're going to see it before pretty much almost everybody else. There's like one other showing before.
Yes,
before
but
ours.
there's a fan event happening right before, so...
Which we really wanted to go to, but the tickets were like over $20 each. It's like...
Ain't really that expensive for a fan event.
No, but for people like us who don't have that much money, it's a lot. But anyway, I had a student the other day that's saying he was going to the midnight showing. I'm like, dude, I'm going at 6. Anyway, so we'll start off with our weekly segments for Lord of the Rings. This week, there wasn't a whole lot really worth noting. It's really not till next week something happens. Actually, let's see, tomorrow, Sunday, April 21st, it says Thrain leaves to reclaim the Lonely Mountain. And then about 9 years later, Gandalf returns to Dol Guldur and he finds Thrain in Dol Guldur. And that is actually when he receives the map and key to Erebor to give to Thorin later on. And then, let's see, Thursday, April 25th, Gandalf visits Bilbo at Bag End. And this is at the beginning of the Hobbit book. So this is the first time that they meet.
Nope.
Well, they met when they were kids, but...
When he was a
kid. Or he was a kid, geez, sorry.
Gandalf was...
Kind of more...
not a kid.
Kind of more, I guess, officially. And then Friday, April 26th, is the unexpected party, when all of the dwarves in the company of Thorin Oakenshield just suddenly ransack Bilbo's house. And then Saturday, April 27th, is when they ride out from Hobbiton and begin their adventure. More of that will come as time goes on. That's really anything worth noting on my end. What do you got, Austin?
Well, not a whole lot today. It's Andy Serkis' birthday. Happy birthday to Andy Serkis, because
Supreme
he's
Leader Snoke.
Supreme Leader Snoke, Gollum, Ulysses Claw, all in all, an underrated
Caesar.
actor. Caesar, yeah, bigger role. I love Andy Serkis. I think he deserves more recognition for the things he does. He's amazing.
Absolutely.
His acting skills are phenomenal. See, scrolling through, there's not a whole lot coming up in the next couple of weeks. April 28th is Stephen Bloom's birthday, voice of Zeb in Star Wars Rebels, and many other characters. Odds are, if there's a stormtrooper in a game, Stephen Bloom does the voice of at least one of them.
Oh shoot! What's that thing that Zeb always says?
Carabast.
Carabast. That's what it is.
How do you know that? You don't even watch the show.
Paul watched it a lot.
Okay. April 29th, 2014 was the first image of the cast of Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Which I remember looking at it going, this is going to be a pretty good cast, I think.
Well, we didn't know who half of these people were. When we first found out Andy Serkis was part of the cast, which made me very excited.
That made me happy.
April 30th, 1999, the first Star Wars celebration in anticipation for Phantom Menace.
The very first one, wow. And what year? You know that thing's really noisy, right?
I know, but I'm really thirsty. That's 99.
Dang, 10 years ago, man. Or no, not 10, wow. Wait, no.
20.
Oh my jeez.
It's been 20 years since Phantom Menace.
Oh yeah, we established that
May
the other
1st, 1991, in my opinion, an even bigger thing happened in Star Wars. The first volume of a 3-book cycle, Heir to the Empire, was released by a certain Timothy Zahn, with the introduction of now fan favorite, needs to come back please for the love of all that is good character, Thrawn, Grand Admiral Thrawn, more accurately, his first appearance in Heir to the Empire. Please, Dave Filoni, bring him back. We want to see him. We just want more Thrawn. Honestly, just want more Thrawn, man. And that's about all I got in this week, at least for historical Star Wars.
But we have a lot more this week in terms of Star Wars.
We have a lot more. This is what we're going to be talking about today.
We have last week's Star Wars Celebration to talk about because that happened the day after we recorded our last podcast.
Yep. I even said all the stuff's going to happen because they had already announced the episode 7 or episode 9.
Oh, yeah.
Panel and
but
everything.
So much happened.
So let's start with the big fish. Everyone knows it probably at this point. We're not covering anything exclusive here. The Rise of Skywalker. Official
the
episode
new title.
What the heck does that mean? We've got no clue.
What does it mean?
Teaser trailer, which was beautiful.
Amazing. let's talk about that trailer. I want to talk about that trailer.
First shot of Rey in a desert, backflipping over Kylo Ren's TIE silencer.
Best shot in the entire trailer.
And it was gorgeous, and it was just so Episode 7, like the JJ style of Episode 7. It was just like, man, this looks beautiful. What?
Sorry, really quick. My friend Kyla just had a baby, so shout out to Brandon and Kyla Williams. They just had their little baby boy. Yay! I'm so happy.
This literally just happened. This is breaking news.
I literally just
you
got
heard
the
it
text.
Here first, folks.
I literally just got the text from my friend Brandon because, granted, I texted him hours ago asking, has the baby come? Because they went to the hospital last night.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And I hadn't heard from him. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Might be slightly distracted here and there, but oh my gosh, I'm so excited right now. Because they're the first in mine and Paul's other group of friends, like, to have a kid, so this is big.
Yep.
Okay, anyway, sorry.
It's fine. I'm probably going to do most of the talking anyway.
Back on track.
But yeah, very brief but amazing trailer. Had a lot of things in it. We saw Rey in a white version
Oh my
of
gosh,
her...
and he just sent a photo. Sorry. I'm sorry.
In a white version of her normal look. Aw, he's so tiny.
I'm gonna be right back. I need to go tell Mom. I'll be back.
Okay. I guess I'll carry on the conversation.
I'll be back, I
myself,
promise.
then. Anyway, the trailer featured Rey in a white version of her normal outfit with a hood. Kind of looks Jedi Roby like. We got glimpses, of course, of Poe Dameron and Finn. We got BB-8 and a new droid whose name is Dio, a little wheelie droid. He looks like the Pixar lamp on wheels. We got more Kylo Ren body checking a dude into the ground with his lightsaber. And the shot that looked amazing because the sky was freaking red. Still nothing on the Knights of Ren, though, interestingly to note. We got a shot of what appears to be the remains of the second Death Star on a planet that doesn't really look like Endor, but could really only can't be anything but Endor. So that's a thing. And of course, the elephant in the room at the end of the trailer. Of course, the laugh of one, or the cackle of one.
Okay, I'm back.
Emperor Palpatine.
Oof.
I pretty much covered the gist of the trailer.
Why would you do all of that without me?
What was I supposed to do?
You could have slowed down.
Whatever. I just gave the basic rundown. Emperor Palpatine laughed at the end.
Which that kind of freaked me out.
Yeah. Best part, because I was watching the live stream when this happened. I was watching the panel. I didn't get to see all of it. I saw most of it. Stephen Colbert was hosting it, and he asked these questions that were ridiculous. They're basically just like, hey, can you spoil the movie for us? Most panelists, like the StarWars.com panelists, they don't ask a lot of, like, very prying questions. They ask nice questions.
Really.
Stephen Colbert was just like, we want to know everything right now. It's like, no, we don't. That's why we're going to go see the movie.
I don't know, every once in a while I'm kind of like, I'd like to know some more.
Nope. We do not want to. But yeah, it was funny because the panel after that aired, the crowd was going crazy, and then they put the lights back on. Ian McDiarmid, the actor who played Palpatine, walks on the stage, just stands there for about 30 seconds taking in the applause because he can't say anything over it. He pulls up the microphone to his face. He goes, "Roll it again," and then leaves. He said it in an interview 3 days later on StarWars.com that now people, when they come up to ask for his autograph, they ask him to put "Roll it again" on the.
Oh my gosh, that's adorable.
He also gave a funny story about the fan favorite line, "Do it, do it." He said, because
that's probably no one asked for. I am the Senate.
Oh, of course they asked for that, but now he's got a new line. He was talking in an interview that was like one of the lines the fans asking for a lot is "do it," and he said it's a funny story about that line because he said that when we were doing that scene, he said like George had them do it like 50 times, and that particular take, he was just so annoyed and done. He's just like, "Do it." It's like, "Just do it already." And that was the take they used. He was like, "It works." I was like, "Well, that's some pretty funny stuff."
Oh man.
But yeah, lots in that trailer. Also,
I'm just happy that the big three are finally all actually together.
JJ has said that this is going to focus on the three of them doing stuff as a team.
I'm so happy because like you had the big three in the other two trilogies, and they all had like a few moments like all together. More than these guys haven't had a moment all together at all.
No, they've not. Absent from that, well, of course, Leia was in it, and what looks to be perhaps in an alternate take of the end, or of the scene where Rey and Leia first meet in the end of The Force Awakens.
It might have been.
Because
all
of the footage they're using for Leia is reused footage from the Force Awakens, meaning she's probably going to be wearing the same outfit.
Well, not exactly reused, it's unused footage.
It's reused, unused footage. Right?
Yeah, reused, unused.
It's an entire, like, maybe subplot that they weren't able to use in The Force Awakens that they're going to bring back into...
Oh, that got me right in the feels, because I'm just like...
And they're playing her music the whole trailer, pretty much.
Yeah.
But it looked gorgeous, honestly. It looks beautiful. They filmed in Jordan. And they said it was amazing there. Like, it was gorgeous. It was beautiful. Finn. Rose was absent from the trailer, but they did show a couple of... She was at the panel. They showed a couple of pictures. There's one with her and Rey. There's just,
oh, really?
Yeah, talking to each other.
Nice.
So they're going to interact. I mean, obviously, everyone's going to interact. You know.
I got it.
But yeah, that was, oh my gosh, so much. And this trailer was amazing. Rise of Skywalker, what the heck does that mean? And no, it does not mean that Rey is a Skywalker. Here's what J.J. Abrams has said about that. Along the lines of this. J.J. Abrams has said that he collaborated with George Lucas, Rian Johnson, and Lawrence Kasdan to how to finish Episode 9. How to cap off the trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Or to cap off the trilogy and the entire Skywalker saga. Because this is the official end of the Skywalker saga. Like, this is it. There will be more Star Wars movies in the future, of course. More Star Wars projects, games, books, shows, movies. But this is the official end of the Skywalker saga. And so...
which now all the people that said Star Wars has always been about the Skywalkers can finally shut their mouths.
Who's saying that?
I've seen... plenty of
There's
Last Jedi haters saying all that.
There's 1,001 stories saying that Star Wars is that have not been about the Skywalkers. There's 1,001
stories.
No,
I've seen a few people that have said that it's only been about the Skywalkers and that's why Rey needs to be a Skywalker. I'm like, no, it's never been that way. Where the heck have you been?
If you've read anything pre-Episode 1, it is not about. There are no Skywalkers, and that's the thing. Like, I think this is probably a rule in Star Wars storytelling. No matter how far back you go, like. Real quick, tangent here. I played The Old Republic, Star Wars The Old Republic. There are a lot of familiar names there. You can find like a Riken, a Maydeen, a lot of these familiar names that come up in the future of Star Wars, right? But none of them are Skywalkers.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's probably a rule where you cannot write a Skywalker pre-Anakin Skywalker. Like, honestly, I feel like that's just, like, some sort of rule that if you even tried, like, what we want to do, Anakin Skywalker's great-great-great-great-grandfather, they say, no, you can't do that. So I think the idea is that Skywalker is supposed to rise out of obscurity. Like, out of complete obscurity. Absolutely nothing important going for this family.
No kidding.
Which I think is the idea. Because not even random NPCs who have no role in any video game have ever been named Skywalker. So anyway... This is the end of the Skywalker saga. So J.J. Abrams, he collaborated with them, and he has said that they are not going to be undoing what happened in Episode 8. He did say, however, there is more to the story of Rey's parentage. Which is curious, because I knew he was going to do it. Everyone is hoping and saying that he was going to do it. But J.J. Abrams has said on several occasions he appreciated what Episode 8 did, and he was very excited to work off of it. And they've said a lot of things. Obviously, there was a plan, because Kathleen Kennedy has said that Palpatine was in the plan from the beginning to have him come back. I don't know in what capacity, though. 'Cause they have said he is officially coming back. But they haven't said in what capacity. And I've learned with J.J. Abrams that nothing is as it seems, which is why The Rise of Skywalker clearly does not refer to Rey. Mm-hmm. It might not even refer to Ben Solo, if his redemption does happen, which I don't want it to happen. I want him to die, a villain, but honestly, I feel like it'd be better than just rehashing the Darth Vader storyline.
I'm mixed. I like the villain redemption, depending on the villain, but...
Well, it's like we've already had that with Anakin Skywalker. But anyway, it's like, it clearly... Because I had a person in my class, he's like, I freaking knew that she was Luke's daughter. I was like, no.
No.
Obviously, The Rise of Skywalker is referring to something else. Like, if she was Luke's daughter, why didn't Luke immediately peg that? Like, honestly, he would have said
I'm pretty sure he would have known that right away.
And so, I'm sorry, I'm drinking water. I'm very thirsty right now. I mean, that was honestly my first thought is that it had to do something with Ben Solo. Like, maybe this is his redemption movie.
Well, I would say I've seen some memes where it's like Rise of Skywalker, and then they're like, well, what does that mean? And then there's pictures of Kylo Ren, like, he technically is a Skywalker.
Yeah, he goes by Ben, technically he's Ben Solo, but he's still a Skywalker.
I was gonna say, because Leia is a Skywalker.
Yep. So yeah, it was one of those. It's like honestly my first thought was not to Rey, it was to Ben. So I'm like, what if this is Ben Solo's redemption movie? Another option I saw is that what if Skywalker is maybe the name of like the new Jedi or something? I feel like it's some sort of organization that's gonna come about.
Could be.
As like, a new Jedi Order.
Led by Rey.
I don't know. We're gonna find out, but it is never that clear cut with J.J. Abrams. Force Awakens was never that clear cut.
Nope. Nope, it was not.
J.J. Abrams said about Finn and Rey, there's a good reason we didn't give them last names. And everyone's like, because he's a Calrissian, he's a Windu, she's a Skywalker, she's a Solo. No, it's because they're nobody. He's a stormtrooper who doesn't have a name, and she doesn't have a last name because her parents abandoned her. Like, yeah. That's the simple story of it.
And that's just it. You can take things like that and easily twist them one way, and it's like, no, actually, you need to twist it the other way, because that's correct.
The funny thing is, everyone's been trying to give Rey parents since the beginning. Like, in any and everything, as soon as there's a potential, like, as soon as... Star Wars does love its brunette women. Honestly, like, almost every
woman in Star Wars has been...
Even in Battlefront, because on Battlefront 2, right, there's a little campaign in the new Battlefront 2. You play Iden Versio. She's an Imperial commando who turns to the Rebellion. She's got darker skin, but she's still brunette. But
the only woman that has not had... Well, actually, no, I take it back. She was brunette at the very end. But Sabine in Rebels. She didn't have...
we don't even know what her true hair color is.
No, but she had everything but brunette up until...
Oh, she had black hair, though. She dyed it black for the finale of Rebels.
I thought it was brunette.
No, it was black.
Oh. Well, even still, it was never brunette. It was every other color,
every color but yeah.
And then I guess Satine was blonde, but I tried not to count her.
But anyway, so the funny thing is...
All the important women...
In Battlefront 2, like, at the end of it, Iden Versio and her fellow former Imperial, Del Meeko, they have a daughter. Or at least they get married or whatnot. I don't know. But it jumps into the future, and Kylo Ren is interrogating Del Meeko, and he references their daughter. And this was the end of the campaign, or at least before the expansion. And once he mentioned a daughter, everyone assumed that it was Rey. Like, that's the first thing everybody thought, was that it was Rey. And then, of course, Rogue One starts coming. This is before, of course, Rogue One starts coming out. Oh, wait, she looks brunette, and she's British, and she kind of looks like Daisy Ridley. This must be Rey's mother. Same with even freaking Emilia Clarke in Solo.
Oh, yeah.
And the funny thing is that Emilia Clarke and... What's her name? The actress who played Jyn. What's her name? Felicity Jones. They do look a lot like Daisy Ridley.
They do. It's scary.
It was scary.
Well, then Daisy Ridley also looks like Natalie Portman.
They
all look exactly the same.
I've also saw a picture of her with Gal Gadot, very similar.
Oh yeah, they look a lot alike too.
But anyway, it's just really, and everyone's like,
get Gal Gadot in the Star Wars
universe. Everyone is Rey's mother now, even though it doesn't work in any way, shape, or form.
Nope.
And I think maybe they did that with Rogue One. Maybe they killed everyone just to prove these are not Rey's parents.
Shoot, what's her name? Do you remember? I mean, I know you haven't seen the one movie I'm thinking of. Do you remember the love interest of Adam Sandler in Bedtime Stories?
Yeah, her.
Yeah, you know how she's gonna be in episode 9 too? Have you heard that?
She is.
Yeah, she is.
Must have missed that part.
But same thing. Everyone's trying to say, "Oh, she might be playing Rey's mom too."
Well, that
I guess
apparently might be an option because there is a shot in the trailer that shows a ship that does kind of look like the ship Rey's parents were seen leaving in episode 7 in the Force Vision.
Yeah, I think there was like a set picture or whatever that showed she actually has, again, brunette hair. So like, oh, she might be Rey's mom.
Star Wars does love its brunette women. It's a little odd.
Not sure why, but...
It's just, I mean, there's nothing...
Okay, great. They already have him confirmed on IMDb.
Of course he is. He came out on freaking stage.
Oh, Carrie Russell, that's her name. Oh, she has a name.
Yeah, J.J. Abrams has confirmed it. Kathleen Kennedy's confirmed it. He's in the movie. Again, in what capacity? My best guess is Force Ghost.
I'm almost wondering if I should actually be looking at this.
Yeah, stop looking. You should probably stop looking.
Yeah, I'm looking, or else there could be Winter Soldier spoilers.
Yeah, I doubt that, but still. Because the Winter Soldier was a commonly known thing amongst comic book fans, so it wasn't like they were keeping it secret from many. But anyway, see, the thing is, there's a shot of what appears to be the ruins of the second Death Star sitting in an ocean, which must mean they're on Endor. I highly doubt Palpatine's alive. 1, it's been 30 years. 2, it's on the bottom of the... Well, it's not the bottom of the ocean. It's in the ocean.
Yeah, because he died on the Death Star.
But the thing is, I doubt he's alive. Well, 1, because if he was alive, why would he still be there? Why the heck would he stay there?
I don't know, maybe he survived the same way Maul survived.
Here's the thing about Sith, though. Here's the thing about Sith. They're obsessed with the physical. They don't care much about the afterlife. Very few Sith in history, in Star Wars history, in Legends mostly, ever Force ghosted. Because they didn't care about it. They wanted to live forever. Because in Star Wars, the afterlife is just you become cosmic energy. It's not an afterlife. It must really freaking suck. So they didn't care about it. They're like, well, that sounds dumb. I don't want to die. They didn't worry about it. Some Sith did, and there was pretty much 2 ways of doing it, if I'm remembering correctly. Either you became a Force ghost and you could travel the entire universe, basically, but you pretty much had no power. Because when you're a Force ghost, as we've seen with Yoda, in the way that they were trained, and Obi-Wan and Yoda at the very least, they still had power. In fact, they were very powerful. Yoda could summon lightning from the sky. However, so the Sith could travel the universe, but they really had no power. Or they could stay in one place, kind of like locked to an item, like a holocron or anything, and they had pretty much all of their power. But they couldn't go anywhere. They're pretty much tied to that object. So Sidious is either a ghost of some kind, some sort of Sith specter, that he has bound himself to the Death Star or something on the Death Star, and he's just been sitting there, and they are going there to, I don't know, reasons.
Reasons.
Or maybe he's a vision. Maybe he's just a vision. Because in Clone Wars, we saw a vision of Darth Bane. It wasn't a Force ghost of Darth Bane. Darth Bane didn't Force ghost. It was a vision of Darth Bane. Could be a very similar thing. Reappearance of Palpatine in just Force ghost, or a vision form.
It could be.
There's more to it than we think. There's more to it.
I know. I'm mixed about the Palpatine thing because I'm kind of like, why do we need him back?
I would be more upset about it, but I know for a fact there's more to it than we think.
I know there's more to it, but it's just kind of
because I have gone on record saying that I hated when in the old canon when Palpatine was resurrected 17 times.
Well, that's what I thought they're going like. Are they going to resurrect Palpatine? Why? But again, we don't know.
It was exciting to hear the laugh. Like honestly, in the moment, I was like, "Oh."
I'm just gonna say this right now. The day that they revealed the trailer, that Friday, I was having lunch with my mom in her office at work, and Mom doesn't watch trailers, so
she doesn't.
Because she likes to just see everything in the movie for the very first time, no pre-shown footage.
Which is, of course,
I get that, but at the same time, I love knowing what I'm walking into. So I told her, okay, the trailer just got released because Austin had just texted it to us, and so I went to the back of her office, and the whole time I'm just freaking out. Then that laugh, and I tried so hard not to scream because I didn't want to freak Mom or anybody who happened to walk up to her window. I didn't want to freak them out, which I kept looking up and down from my phone to the window to make sure that nobody walked up and see me just freaking the crap out because they probably wonder, is she okay? And it's like, no, she's watching the Star Wars trailer right now. She's having a moment. But anyway, I really want to know what the heck's going on. I feel like it's like with Endgame. I literally have no idea what the plot's even going to be about at all.
Nope.
Because, I mean, some movies you can guess, at least maybe the general gist.
That's what I loved about the Force Awakens trailer as well, is you really didn't know what was going on. And I have a feeling it's going to be the same with this movie. Is that we're really not... Because J.J. Abrams likes to play things a little bit secretly, even though the plot itself may not be that big. Or at least not that big of a surprise type thing. But it's... I don't know. It's we also... I didn't mention this. If you haven't seen it yet, which you probably have if you're listening. Of course, voiceover of Luke. Which I also know. Luke says, "We've passed on all that we know." Which could indicate the appearance of other Force ghosts, such as Yoda, Obi-Wan, and or Anakin Skywalker.
Please let them get Obi-Wan.
I'd like to see Obi-Wan come back.
Ewan McGregor, please.
McGregor's great. Honestly, that's the first thing I noticed. He says, "We've passed on all that we know." He could also be referring to Leia, if it should be upon the moment of her death, but I don't know. But he says, "We've passed on all that we know. We'll always be with you."
Who is this
Who is we? He could be, honestly, it's either he's referring to other Force ghosts, because he also said, "We've passed on all that we know. 1,000 generations of Jedi live in you now." Meaning that it sounds like as though she's being trained by reading the books and by training with Force Ghost Luke and potentially other Force ghosts, which could be great.
How do you train with Force ghosts, though?
They just teach you appear and they teach you how to do. They can use the Force too. We saw that Yoda can summon freaking lightning.
That's true, and he did actually touch Luke with his
Yes,
staff. So I guess there is some sort of physicality to him.
Some. But anyway.
Although didn't he say
also...
luminous beings, are we not this crude matter? Which means the physical part is just...
Another thing is, another potential option is that it could be referring to him, Leia, and Han.
That could be.
Because honestly, I mean, the likelihood of Leia dying in this movie is very high, given the fact that Carrie Fisher herself is also dead.
May she rest in peace.
Honestly, I feel like that could be what he's referring to. We'll always be with you. Could be referring to Han, Leia, and...
If there's a shot of all three of them as Force ghosts, I'm literally going to lose it.
Even though Han can't be a Force ghost, he's not Force sensitive. But yeah, it was
the Force could make an exception, I'm sure.
Should make an exception. Let's be honest.
Should. That'd be the one way they get Harrison Ford back. It's like it's only for like 5 seconds.
And this is just the Episode 9 trailer. This is just the Rise of Skywalker trailer. Also interesting. I don't know if this was an accident, but Ian McDiarmid kept referring to it as the Rise of the Skywalkers. I don't know if that was an accident or if there's something to that. He kept referring.
Gosh dang it!
He kept referring to it as that.
I have a feeling it may have just been a mistake.
It could be, like, honestly, but I'm surprised no one else has caught on that. Like, I watched the interview, I was like, wait, what is it? The Skywalkers? What's it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, they're not quite the Russos. We don't need to be suspicious of every little thing they say
It probably was just a little slip of the tongue type thing. He did it multiple times, though, which is what made it interesting.
Let's say, there's plenty of people that make those kind of mistakes.
Yeah, it's
Anthony
true. Mom keeps calling it Infinity Wars. It's not Infinity Wars. It's Infinity War.
I mean, you had like Anthony Mackie continually saying Thanos.
That's just people pronounce things differently.
I know, but
Red
sometimes
Skull
you just
called
say
him Thanos.
Thanos, which you're like, no, dude.
That's how he pronounces
maybe it's the German way. I don't know.
It's German. And this is just the Episode 9 trailer. This is just the Rise of Skywalker, and like I haven't touched a lot on what was said. I guess I have mentioned kind of things that were said on the panel. Oscar Isaac fueling the Finn Poe shippers like no
Stop it, Oscar!
He was obviously lying, but he was saying things just like, you are an idiot.
But that's not just on the panel. He's always done that. He's always fueled the fire.
Yes.
Like,
I will also report that in the Episode 9 panel and her and JJ's interview, because she and JJ did an interview with StarWars.com, Kelly Marie Tran got her name chanted and a lightsaber salute both times.
Yes!
Proving that, of course, the real fans are there at Celebration.
See, when you texted me that and told me that made me really happy. Because a while ago, remember that whole thing that went down?
Yeah.
She was being harassed online. She
People
deleted her
show
Instagram account.
For her. No one else got their name chanted, just Kelly.
Probably because they're showing her that,
she
hey, we actually do love you.
I feel like she deserves it for the most. Whether or not you like the character, no one deserves that. Not even Jake Lloyd deserved that. One, because he was not.
Yeah, he was a kid. I mean,
his performance was awful, but it doesn't deserve to be taken out on him. Same with Ahmed Best. Ahmed Best was at Celebration because it's the 20th anniversary of Episode 1. He was there, Ahmed Best, the guy who played Jar Jar Binks. And I almost was upset by it. I'm like, wait, no, it's just Ahmed Best. He's probably a great guy. I hate his character. Doesn't mean I need to hate him. Because I almost did the same thing the Kelly Marie Tran haters did.
I mean, like, granted, there are plenty of actors in the world that I'm like, I don't like them because they're not a good actor, but I'm not gonna, like, go on social media and just trash them because I have respect. And I'm just like...
And better things to do with your time.
Well, yeah. But yeah, I'm just like, they're still people, and this is their living, even though you wonder why they're acting, because they're not good. But I mean, they're human beings. They don't need to be just trashed and bullied and harassed that way. And again, I liked Rose. I didn't see anything wrong with her. I thought she was adorable.
I thought she was great.
And Kelly Marie Tran is awesome.
So it was very nice to see the fans supporting her, at least in that regard.
Especially with the lightsaber salute, I can just picture that, and that's a beautiful thing.
J.J. Abrams also said this. He said, "I loved a lot of what Rian Johnson did, chief of them being casting Kelly Marie Tran."
See?
And she was just happy to be there, too. She was very happy to be at Celebration.
God, that makes me really happy, because that whole thing months ago when that happened just made me mad.
That was ridiculous, the whole thing, through and through.
Well, and even though she came back out and said, yeah, this happened, but you know what? I'm not going to let them get to me.
Good.
And I'm like,
honestly,
this is why she's
I'd like to see Rose do some more things in Episode 9. I'd like to see that. That's just Episode 9. I haven't even mentioned, there were so many other things. Next on the list, I guess, of what happened chronologically, we got a trailer for What?
Shall I do it chronologically or alphabetically? Which, if that were the case, we would have started with something totally different. Anyways,
we got a trailer and more detail on Jedi Fallen Order, the new Star Wars game, which looks amazing. They've described that it's supposed to be, and hopefully it is this way, The Force Unleashed meets Nathan Drake, / Uncharted, I guess. It's The Force Unleashed, meets Uncharted, meets something else. I forget the third one, but honestly, that in and of itself, The Force Unleashed meets Uncharted, sounds amazing. The game looks incredible. At least the visual cutscenes look incredible. The main character, his name is Cal. He's a former Jedi. Of course, he was a Padawan at the time, I think he was just a Padawan at the time Order 66 went down. He escaped, ended up what looks to be a salvager. And then he uses the Force. An Inquisitor shows up, a second sister, and this is what I love right now. This is why I don't want Episode 9 going to war with Episode 8. This is the only era of Star Wars that I have seen, and I mean this in the real life. This is the only era of Star Wars that I have seen where everyone is working together in making the universe feel like a big, cohesive universe. Before, when it came to the books and the graphic novels and the TV shows and the games, they all felt like their own isolated individual universes with cameos from the original characters. Mm-hmm. And often they contradicted each other. And there was a guy whose entire position at Lucasfilm was to determine which ones would be considered canon, if there was a contradiction in their stories. Whether it was what a planet was like, whether it was the history of a people, whatever it was, if there was a contradiction, this guy had to determine which was right. Honestly, they all felt like their own separate little universes with featuring appearances, because it was like this author had their stories and another author had theirs. But so, for instance, in Jedi Fallen Order, you see the appearance of an Inquisitor, the second sister. She's not Barriss Offee, because she's already been well, maybe she is, I don't know. Because she has already appeared in one of Darth Vader's most recent comic books. They have a big shot of all the Inquisitors, and the second sister is there. There's also a new type of Stormtrooper, the Purge Trooper, who looks amazing, by the way.
The Purge Trooper.
Who also appeared in one of Darth Vader's comics. Like, honestly, this, and like, even the Galaxy's Edge thing, the whole Black Spire. Like, the Galaxy's Edge is the Star Wars theme park, which they also revealed a lot about at Celebration. The Star Wars theme park at Disney, set in a town called Black Spire, which has been referenced in Solo and appeared in one of the latest Thrawn books. Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader and Grand Admiral Thrawn go to Black Spire, which honestly sounds like a very long, extended advertisement campaign for Galaxy's Edge. But honestly, it feels like it's like there's references to other things. It's more coherent. It's like they're all working. And they even said that when they got rid of the original canon, Disney said from now on, it is going to be a collaborative effort to make sure this universe, like even on Battlefront 2, in the main campaign, you play a level as Han. You're looking for information on Kashyyyk. This is very tragic, by the way. I just discovered this the other week. Because he and Chewie are trying to free the Wookiees on Kashyyyk. Well, guess what? Apparently, after they get all this information, they go to Kashyyyk and the Empire, they firestorm the place. They bombed Kashyyyk. That freaking sucks.
No!
Which, honestly, we need to see on film. If you're going to bomb Kashyyyk, we got to see that on film.
Well, Ki-Adi-Mundi was worried about the droid attack on the Wookiees. You should have seen this.
The Imperial attack. But yes, this is fires like it bombed out Kashyyyk, and I was like, what the freaking... I found that out on Instagram. I was like, it was in one of the books. But that's what, again, with this, it feels like it's a cohesive universe now. The episode of Rebels where Ezra went into the world between worlds and heard all the voices, that felt like that's the first time...
That was awesome.
That's the first time Star Wars felt like it was a much larger universe. It was... And this is what I love about... I don't want Episode 9 going to war with Episode 8 because this has happened before, but never with the movies. The movies have never really gone to war with themselves to retcon previous things. Like, honestly, this is... I prefer this era of Star Wars, so I don't want Episode 9 doing that.
Doing what now?
Going to war with itself. So anyway, Jedi Fallen Order looks amazing. The visuals, at least in the cutscenes, look amazing.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't really show much of the gameplay. I don't think they showed anything of the gameplay, really. They might have showed one shot that was gameplay.
Yeah, most of it, looked like cutscene stuff.
Yeah. The main character, played by something Monaghan, not Dominic Monaghan.
I wish. I don't know his name.
I forget his name. They said it. Either way, he's the kid who he's the kid who played the Joker in Gotham. Who is amazing. We never finished Gotham. Around season 2, season 3, it got a little too much for us, and we decided to stop watching.
Well, it kind of got boring in my opinion, but once I saw some stuff that happened in the later seasons, I'm like, this would have been way too much for me.
It's not Troy Monahan, no.
I'm looking. This might take a minute.
Colin? No.
Granted, there's so many people in Gotham, it may take a while to find him.
Let's type Monahan in.
Oh, Cameron Monaghan.
Cameron Monaghan. He plays Cal. He plays the main character.
See, he's actually not a bad-looking kid, like in real life,
not.
but they just
his
keep
performance
making him so
is amazing.
creepy.
Honestly, his performance is amazing. I don't know how a person can channel Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson, and Mark Hamill all at the same time.
Right?
This kid, first time he
Why
showed up.
Why didn't they get him for the new Joker movie instead of Joaquin Phoenix?
I know. First time when he showed up and he was doing his bit, especially in the beginning of season 2, we were all like, "What is this kid?" Mm-hmm. There's no way this kid was amazing, and they kept him. Then after they killed him, they brought him back because they realized they made a horrible mistake. And killing off probably the best actor on their show.
So how do you get rid of that kind of talent?
I do kind of wish we kept watching because I've been seeing stuff for the last season, and it looks like it's pretty good. Like
It's on Netflix, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know if I actually will. Like they're ramping up to the last episode is gonna be the first appearance of Batman, and then that's the last episode of the series.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, and I feel like that was pretty cool. But yeah, this kid was amazing, and the game looks great. I haven't heard too many details. There probably are details out there. I haven't heard a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, neither have I.
But it looks like it should be fun. I hope it's fun. I mean, the visuals are great. I hope it's fun, because it's been a while. It's single player, no microtransactions, if you still are... No one trusts them now. No one trusts EA at all at this point, but everyone's hoping.
Not after that whole fiasco.
Everyone's hoping for just an amazing game. Like, really, we're just hoping, because it's been a while since we've had a really good Star Wars game. And honestly, it has been there's just been a drought in how many years? It's been like 9, 8, how many years? Like 5-ish years. We've only gotten 2 Star Wars games.
Yeah, what the freak?
From like 2005 to 2010, we got so many per year. Some of them were not great. Some of them were amazing. And some of them were just good. But even then, it's been a while since we've had a good Star Wars. Battlefront's fun at times. But it's been a while since we've had an amazing Star Wars. We just want a good one. Like, we want a good story. We want a good gameplay. We want no microtransactions. Thank you.
We'll include the trailer for the game in the description
and the
of
trailer
the video.
for the movie as well.
Oh, yeah, of course. The Episode 9 trailer. That's a given.
So I don't have a lot to say on that one, other than it looks like it should be fun.
Are you going to get it?
I hope to.
It didn't say, like, what would be available, like, what consoles
and
stuff.
PlayStation. I have a PlayStation 4.
That's true, you have PlayStation. Well, I didn't know if it'd be, like,
it's coming out in November, so...
Oh, that's true. I didn't know if it'd be, like, just PlayStation or PC or Xbox.
It doesn't seem like it's exclusive, because Battlefront is Xbox, PlayStation, and PC, so...
I guess we will wait till November.
We gotta hope it... I want to play it. I hope it's good. I really hope it's good, honestly. We just need a win. We just need a win.
We need a good game, man.
We do. I mean, I still play The Old Republic, because it's still coming out. But...
The only Star Wars game I play is just Lego Star Wars.
Yeah, they announced a new one, actually.
A new Lego?
Supposedly they announced a new Lego Star Wars.
What? Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah. They should just wait until after episode 9 and then do the actual complete saga.
Yeah, like what they did with the other ones.
Exactly.
Where they
The
literally put
complete
all
saga.
of them in.
Well, it was called The Complete Saga, but it is no longer The
It
Complete
is no longer
Saga.
complete.
So now.
Well, then they need to include like. Is there thunder or lightning?
I hear thunder.
Holy crap, folks! We got a thunderstorm coming in right now.
It's raining too.
Well, I knew it was raining at least. I didn't.
But yeah,
I thought I heard the thunder. Well, then they need to include movies like Rogue One and Solo.
Well,
and, I feel like those need to be included.
That's just gonna be a big game. They also had Lego Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and that was just seasons 1 through 3. They didn't even finish that one. They didn't even make out the third Hobbit game or second Hobbit game with the third movie.
It makes me sad.
They needed to make just a full, complete saga for the Lord of the Rings. Because
yes,
honestly, I wanted to wander around all of Middle Earth on that map. Honestly, best part of the game right there was the wandering around bit. But
take Pippin to Pass of the Dead. Let's have some fun.
Wrong game. But sure.
I know, but I just wanted to say that.
That was also a very fun game, which I miss playing
that
sometimes.
That was just the Return of the King game,
was
wasn't
Return
it?
of the King, yeah. Oh, that was fun.
God, one of these times I'm gonna have to like come back here and we're just gonna have to like just play those games again.
We tried that once and we sucked because it's been so long since we played it.
That's true.
But anyway,
we need to relive our childhood. We need to play the games we used to play. We need to watch
I've
all the movies.
often thought that if I had a YouTube channel, I'd have a little sub series called Nostalgia Gaming where I would go back and try if I can make this work.
Dude, you should totally do that.
Well, yeah, but I don't have a gaming channel. Like
I know, but you can probably make one eventually.
I know. But it was one of those like I was gonna have you. We were gonna play Return of the King.
Yes.
Like maybe Dad or Spencer and I would play the Third Age.
Yes.
We'd have guest nerds and all that on the channel. I've got ideas for a YouTube channel, but I
that'd
haven't.
be really cool. You should totally do that.
It's just a matter of making things work. I'm getting better. I'm getting to the point where I think I might be able to make it work a little bit better than I originally would. I'm just not sure how just yet. But anyway, the problem is with like old consoles, I don't know how to capture the gameplay footage.
You can probably Google it.
On my laptop, it's as simple as pressing a button.
Oh yeah.
But you need to buy a thing for it. Like
yeah, I'd say there's gotta be some way to do it because I mean we watched like Terror of Grace or I mean.
He does it on a computer though. Like
I thought he played it on his Xbox.
Yeah, I think, but it's still.
He did like Shadow of War on his Xbox.
Yeah, but they have certain setups that allow them to. They probably have a capture device, like they.
I guess devices. Xbox probably does. I don't know about PlayStation. There's probably got to be something you can do. You can probably Google
there
it.
There are ways, but again, it's a GameCube.
YouTube it.
It's a GameCube from before the days of YouTube.
Oh yeah.
There are ways. I have looked it up a while ago. It's just been a while. But anyway, back to Star Wars. Fallen Order looks great. Next on the docket, Mandalorian.
Oh, the Mandalorian.
I did not see the trailer because they cut the stream. I went back to watch the stream, and they're like,
"We're on YouTube."
The stream's on YouTube, but they cut
not the stream, the actual trailer.
Is it?
Yeah, because I thought it popped up on my recommended list at one point.
It probably filmed through a phone.
Let me take a look.
I didn't see Star Wars. They were doing a live stream. I went back and watched it, and they're like, "We're gonna show you a trailer, but we're gonna cut the stream."
Yeah, no, it's right here.
Click on it.
Just for a second here,
Hang
folks.
on a second.
There's an ad.
Advertisement.
I'll keep the sound off so we can watch this later.
Yeah, I hate advertisements. Just because I'm pretty sure.
Advertisements. Yeah. They say that so much in Downton Abbey, it drives me crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, here we go. Well, let's see. I don't remember how you said it started.
I don't know how
because it's going, but.
Yep, through a phone.
Oh dang it! It's through a phone.
It's through a phone.
The thumbnail made it look convincing.
I've seen the thumbnail is just one of the pictures they released. I have seen part of the trailer filmed through a phone, and it looks amazing.
Also through a phone.
It looks amazing. They haven't posted it.
Dang, I totally thought they did.
You won't find it.
They have the Mandalorian panel on.
It's probably because of a Disney Plus thing. Like Disney Plus doesn't want to air an official trailer. Well, then again, they did for the Clone Wars. But it looks amazing. They showed some pictures of the characters. We still don't know the name of the Mandalorian.
No, we don't.
We know the names of some of the other characters, which I can't tell you, except for IG-11, who's an assassin droid that is voiced by Taika Waititi, which better make him the funniest daggum droid in the entire universe. Taika Waititi is voicing an assassin droid. You don't get better than that in Star Wars. The funny droid is a staple of Star Wars, so you don't go funnier than Taika Waititi.
See, part of me kind of wants him to be funny, but at the same time, I want Taika to just like surprise us and be like the most serious like sounding droid ever.
I want this droid to be hilarious. I want the droid to be hilarious because I love Taika. I want Korg to pop up in Avengers Endgame, but he's probably not.
See, just when you thought no one could get better than Alan Tudyk. Then,
Yeah, I know.
Then we get Taika Waititi. We're going all shoot.
Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, they had a panel. Some of the actors were there too. Pedro Pascal, the Mandalorian himself, was there. So again, we still don't know the name, which is curious because he ain't Boba Fett. We know that pretty much.
Nope.
But it looks great. Like honestly, the visuals, like they did a lot of like on location filming. They said there was. Like, in the trailer, they showed Death Troopers. The Death Troopers are back. Who, they appeared in Rebels and in Rogue One, and they look amazing, and want more Death Troopers in my life. Honestly, they're one of my favorite things to play in Battlefront. I mean, they just kick some serious butt.
Really?
Like, honestly, you can kick some serious butt as a Death Trooper.
I'd imagine.
Again, I've seen some of the footage from the phone. IG-11 looks amazing. He does this really cool, like, droid shooty up thing type. They said, it just looks amazing. They said there's old planets. It looks like they go to Tatooine. There's a shot in the trailer where he walks into the cantina. Like, it takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi. 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Oh, okay.
It looks, they said there's new planets, there's old ones. I mean, it looks...
How many more planets can they give us?
There's a freaking galaxy. There's literally an endless amount.
I know, but just, man, I'm never going to be able to keep them all straight.
They showed, he's got a ship that he flies, and they showed a thing. They filmed, it's not a CG ship, it's a model ship, and they did it, old school style, literally Episode 4 style film. They showed the shot where the ship, kind of swoops past the camera, and they showed how they filmed it, where it's just on a stick and a blue screen, and it slightly curves to the left, and the camera rushes past it, and it looks like the thing is flying towards the camera. And they said, we went old school for this. And
they're still using practical effects. I love it.
Oh, yeah, and they did it with episode 7 and episode 9, and I think episode 8, too.
I know that, but I mean, that is an old, like you said, old school practical effect.
And it's just like...
That's way old school, man.
And it just looks great from the very little I've seen of it. I don't know the names of the characters, I forget. I haven't saved any of the posts that say the characters' names. But, I mean, it looks great. One of the characters, one of the women, she's a former shock trooper. She's a former stormtrooper by the sounds of it. And it just looks great. Honestly, it looks amazing. I mean, honestly, the armor looks great in and of itself. Just the guy's outfit, the Mandalorian's outfit. And along those lines, we're talking Disney Plus. They had a Clone Wars panel. That's next on the list, actually.
The Clone
They aired a trailer. They showed a trailer. Clone Wars... Well, the thing is, everyone's calling it Season 7, yet it clearly says on the stream Season 6. Everyone's calling it Season 7.
I don't know why everyone's
calling it Season 7 because of the fact that on Netflix was aired The Lost Missions, which I don't think Dave Filoni considers an entire season.
I don't consider it a season.
And so...
Those are just bonus.
Yeah. So this is the official Season 6. We showed a lot of stuff that we knew was coming.
It's pretty much Ahsoka-centered. Which makes me really happy.
No, mostly.
Are you kidding? It was pretty much all Ahsoka.
Well, yeah, but there's the Bad Batch episodes, which aired online, which I have seen. I've seen all those episodes. They're just fully animated. Seen them. They're just fully animated now. They look great. Looks like we're going to see more of Ahsoka after she left. We're going to see Ahsoka after she left the Jedi. What happened to her? Her meeting the Mandalorians, and eventually the siege of Mandalore.
Well, it seems like she almost basically comes back, sort of, or at least to help Anakin in the clones.
Well, the thing is, we already know what happens to the Siege of Mandalore. Because they said...
Well, no, know what happens. I don't know.
I thought I told you what happens. Do you want me to say it? Because I do know what happens.
All you've told me is that Rex and Ahsoka are there.
Well, Rex, Ahsoka, and her entire clone battalion of followers, as you saw by the painted helmets, basically, they got pretty much, Maul takes over Mandalore again, and Obi-Wan and Anakin are dispatched to go destroy him, but then a certain Chancellor gets kidnapped. So they call in Ahsoka. Well, actually, I think Ahsoka contacts them, and we need your help, and we're on our way, and then the Chancellor gets kidnapped, and then they need to go rescue him. So Ahsoka takes the clones and goes to fight Maul on Mandalore.
I was expecting Kenobi.
Why are you here?
See, I love how they do that dramatic, voiceover on a black screen. It's like... I mean, now granted, unless if you're not you, and you don't know what the Siege of Mandalore is, then yes, it's somewhat of a surprise. You're like, holy crap, Maul's back. But then it's just kind of like, why do you keep doing that? We all know you keep bringing Maul back. You just can't help yourself.
Well, and here's the best part about them bringing Maul back this season. There's a duel. Dave Filoni there's a duel between him and Ahsoka, and they say that it is one of the best they've ever done in the Clone Wars.
Oh my gosh!
Which I don't know how they can top what Maul versus Sidious, because that was honestly the best duel of the Clone Wars. So
yeah.
I'm very looking forward to this. Maul has his double-bladed back, or a double-bladed back.
He does have the double-bladed.
They said that the combat was motion captured for Maul by Ray Park himself.
Duh. You don't get anybody else.
Well, they didn't motion capture for the rest of the Clone Wars. They just animated that by hand. But
know.
now they're like, you know what? Let's have Ray Park do it.
Because they probably wanted a more epic duel, more epic combat.
And Ray Park, we know Ray Park will do it. Ray Park will always come back for Maul. He's said so himself. He says whenever he works out, he's thinking of Maul. He's doing it for Maul. He's like, one day they're going to call me. I'm going to be ready. He posts stuff to his Instagram.
They'll call him back. He just won't speak.
You think? Well, yeah, that's...
They'll get Sam
Honestly,
Witwer.
there are no bigger Maul fans than Ray Park and Sam Witwer.
Well, of course not. They're the guys who play him.
Which is what made Solo the perfect Maul, like, I won't say trifecta, because there's only two of them, but bifecta? Is that a word?
It is now.
Like, literally, it was Ray Park doing the body, and Sam Witwer doing the voice. Like, and they both literally played off of each other. They both, like, you know, because Ray Park was like, well, I want Sam to do this, and Sam was like, well, I want Ray to do this, and...
What does Ray actually sound like?
I forget, he's like Australian or something like that.
Is he?
Yeah.
Like I say,
Let's look it up.
Is there something in his voice that they don't like from Maul that he never speaks? Because he
Well,
didn't
Darth
even
Vader-
speak in Phantom Menace either.
Yeah, it was a different voice, yeah.
Yeah, is there just something in Ray Park's voice that they don't want for Maul?
Probably the same reason David Prowse wasn't the voice of Darth Vader. They just probably wanted something a little bit more sinister.
Well, no, I thought that was just because they couldn't get James Earl Jones. But I mean, they very well could have had Ray Park speak, but
I don't know.
Every time he's there, it's always
And
somebody different.
Here's the best part is that anyway, I'm so excited for the Clone Wars.
What's the best part?
Well, the fact is that, like, with Solo, they wanted to have him pull out his lightsaber, and Sam Witwer asked, well, which one? And they're like, well, what does that mean? He said, well, the thing is, originally they wanted him just to have his double-bladed, but Sam Witwer's like, well, no, he can't. He lost it. So you have two options.
That thing got chopped in half.
He's like, well, he had half of it in the Clone Wars.
That's true.
But they're like, well, you have two options. He's like, well, there's either the Darksaber or the one from Rebels, which is made of two halves of a Inquisitor's lightsabers. He's like, well, this means two different things. If it's the Darksaber, then he's not discovered by the Empire yet. If it's the double-bladed he had in Rebels, that means the Empire's still hunting him because he made those by killing Inquisitors. And they did the double-bladed one. It would have been so cool to see the Darksaber, though. Like, honestly, I wanted to see the Darksaber on screen.
But for people that don't watch Rebels, they're probably gonna be like, "What the heck is that?" Maul has
a black lightsaber. That's what it is.
I don't know. If it were me, I'd probably be like, "What the heck is he doing with a black lightsaber? He's Maul. He has a red lightsaber." Like, I'd be severely confused if I didn't know anything
Either way,
about. Well, I guess not Rebels, but like Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Clone Wars and Rebels.
We're excited to see Clone Wars Season 6. Lots of epic shots, Siege of Mandalore, and other things.
I'm just happy
to
see Ahsoka again.
It looks like they didn't show much of this, but sounds like they're gonna do the Rex pulls the thing out of his head arc. Sam Witwer also said in the panel that when he read the script for the Siege of Mandalore, he was shocked. Like, not just like
Seriously?
surprised. He was legit shocked by what was gonna happen.
God,
Which makes me wonder,
I hate when actors say that.
like, I don't know exactly, because we don't know when Rex pulled the chip out of his head. We really don't. I would assume before the Siege of Mandalore. I would assume. Because it looks like they're going to address that.
Have they said how many episodes it's going to be, or no?
I don't know, actually. I heard before it was like 12, but I don't know if it's going to be a full season. They only showed from like 3 episode arcs, though. Like,
That's
I noticed.
True.
So it could
then
just
again,
be...
you know, how long are each arc? Or is each arc?
Well, I know the Bad Batch is 4 episodes.
Okay.
4 episodes of the Bad Batch. Probably.
Why are they called the Bad Batch? Was that just they just weren't finished being animated, or?
No, they're called the Bad Batch because that's literally the name of their squad, the Bad Batch. They're Clone Force 99, the Bad Batch.
Oh.
They're genetically defect clones.
Like 99?
Yeah, like 99, but with desirable defects.
Oh.
They named it in honor of 99, Clone Force 99.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love
But these
99.
ones, like, the leader Hunter, like, his genetic defect, I don't know how you get this as a genetic defect, but he can detect radio waves, or like electromagnetic waves.
Dude.
There's, I think his name says Hunter. There's, what's his name, Crosshair. He's like a super sniper. Like, he's really a super. And then you've got, what's his bucket? Wrecker, who is just really big, super muscular. And then you've got,
is he the Hulk of the group?
Pretty much. I think they won the fourth guy.
Smash.
I think the fourth guy's name is Tech, and he's just really, really, really freaking smart.
Dude.
They have a cool ship, too. Like, they have a legit ship.
Okay. I didn't know that was the name of their group. I just wondered why you kept calling them the Bad Batch. I'm like, were they like bad episodes or
No,
half animated?
honestly, I think they were some of the best episodes. When I
Really?
watched them, I was like, these are some of the best episodes of the freaking Clone Wars. I didn't care how they looked half animated. I was like, these are amazing. Like, honestly, I really liked them because they also feature Echo. Echo's still alive, by the way.
Echo!
Spoiler alert, Echo's still alive, and that was what these episodes are about.
I love Echo.
I'm going to get Echo back.
I miss Fives. I really hate
We
every
still
time.
don't know what happened to Echo. Or the Bad Batch.
Every
for
time
that
I'm on Pinterest, I hate when I scroll past and it's those Avenge the Fallen meme like posters, and it's always one with Fives. I'm like, stop it! I hate that poster. It makes me want to cry.
I know, I hate him. Because
I don't mind them anywhere else. I
Domino
don't like
Squad.
it with Fives.
only the Clone Wars and D. Bradley Baker could make us care about a group of dudes with the same face and the same voice as much as they did. Honestly, the clones are literally the backbone of that show.
I love the clones. I love them.
I mean, it's called the Clone Wars. That's also what I love about the Clone Wars, is it's more about the clones than anybody else. And I guess we figure out why it's called the Clone Wars. But it's just, it was so amazing. What else is there in that? Lots of stuff happened.
They had a really big banner.
Yeah, they had a big banner, which they revealed. You know, it was a big artistic banner. They called it the Saga banner. Started from episode 1, made its way. Even had the Clone Wars featured on it with like almost live action looking.
Solo, Rogue One,
yeah.
Rebels.
Yeah, it had like almost a live action looking Ahsoka, who for once didn't look ugly as hell. Because honestly, whenever people do live action looking Ahsoka in art, she looks
It doesn't look good.
ugly. Teenage or adult, it's hideous. And I'm like, no, Ahsoka is one of the most attractive female animated characters ever created. This is not doing her justice. They had also Ventress on there as well, along with Rex.
Ventress didn't look too bad.
Ventress didn't look bad either. Rex had his helmet on, but he still looked
They made
amazing.
Thrawn look handsome. Which
Yeah,
is
they made
weird to
Thrawn
me.
look too human. He looked like just a human
Yeah,
with blue
too
skin,
human, too handsome.
which was kind of no. Thrawn has this otherworldly, like, weirdly shaped human face. It's just kind of long with, like, almost this huge forehead. Like, yeah. Well, not huge, but just very pointy forehead. I didn't like the way Thrawn looked because he looked too handsome, too human.
Everybody else looked great, though.
Yeah, everyone looked great. And the Rebels banner, like, all of them, they looked great. They had Solo, they had Rogue One, all the sequels.
They did something sort of similar, like after, well, I guess, no, never mind, because I was saying, I remember they had a long banner when Battle of the Five Armies came out, but it was just stuff from Battle of the Five Armies, it wasn't all three movies. Never mind, I got messed up.
And they revealed the part at the end for episode 9. It was covered up by a tarp for the first couple days, and then they
Which
revealed
actually looks
it.
pretty cool.
It did look pretty cool. Oh yeah, also Kylo Ren repairing his helmet. Forgot to mention that he repairs his helmet.
With, like, it has, like, the red in the cracks.
Which has
looks
kind of been rumored for a while now. So it's making
I think
fun,
that's gonna look
obviously.
really
I think,
cool,
oh yeah,
actually.
it's like Darth Vader meets Darth Maul. You know, it's gonna look. Hopefully, it looks amazing. Which I really like.
See, I like how they showed him repairing his helmet, and then the one shot they show of him, he's not even wearing it.
Yeah.
It's probably before he repairs
Probably,
it.
but so much of that shot. The sky is red. He's body checking a dude, holding his lightsaber reverse grip. Everything about that shot is amazing.
I know.
It's like
I threw it on the
slow motion. Kylo Ren channeling the Lonely Island. So much is happening. Dave Filoni is the savior of Star Wars. Honestly, The Mandalorian and Clone Wars and Rebels is great too. And I like Resistance. Resistance. I'm going to talk about Resistance for a moment. Resistance is not my favorite Star Wars show, but it did something recently that I really liked because it's not something Star Wars has done before.
And what's that?
One of the main characters, when the First Order shows up, they're on this thing called the Colossus. It's like a space. It's like not a space station. It's a platform in the ocean. And when the First Order shows up, the main character Kaz, he's a Resistance spy trying to figure out what the First Order wants with this thing called the Colossus. And then there's Tam, who's another engineer who doesn't know he's a spy. She doesn't mind the First Order. She's like, they're just trying to be security, you know? They're just trying to... It sounds like the First Order is not so much a government as it is just an overfunded security force, at least before The Force Awakens.
Mm-hmm.
That it's not a legit government. It's just a force of people with guns. And Tam's like, well, they're just trying to keep us safe, you know? Like, there's a legit... It's not... She doesn't see it as black and white. And at the end of the... Like, towards the end of the season, one of these... They have, like, an intelligence agent come in and start talking with Tam because they find out that Kaz is a spy. And they're like, you know what, Tam, we could offer you a position in the First Order, like as a pilot or something. And at the end of the season, she goes with First Order. Like, she goes with them. There's a big fight, there's a big shootout, and Tamara goes with the First Order. And I'm very curious to see where that goes.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't kidnapped, she wasn't taken, she went with them. She had a choice, and honestly, because she felt like she had been lied to by her boss, who, actually, I like the character, and by Kaz and by everybody else. So she went with the First Order. And she's going to be a pilot. Like, they kind of said that in the teaser for the new season, that she's going to be a pilot in the First Order. And I'm very curious to see where that goes. Like, to pit two of the main characters, who are honestly really likable characters, against each other. I'm very curious to see where that goes. Like, honestly, I don't think she's going to stick with it. But still, it's like, I want to see where this goes. Because they had not done that in Star Wars before. Because it's been the Empire. Everyone hates the Empire. But in this one, not everyone hates the First Order.
Very curious.
Very, very curious.
See, I haven't seen anything of Resistance, like, at all.
It's not the best. I'm just going to say it. It's not the best. It's not my favorite. I still think it's...
You still watch it, though.
I still watch it, mostly because I want to know what's happening in the canon.
So it is canon?
Oh, yeah, it's canon.
Okay. See, I'm too almost, like, influenced by anime, because it's like there are some things where in an anime is considered canon, but then if they have like a movie or maybe some other spin-off, it's not canon, and so it's like it's confusing.
No, so, everything since episode 7 is canon.
Okay.
The books, the games, the movies, everything. Oh yeah, Ahsoka has blue lightsabers now.
Which look cool.
Anakin gives her old ones back, but for whatever reason just switched out the crystal.
I'm not feeling the green anymore.
I know he's partial to blue and all that, but still.
I don't know, maybe she picked it. Who knows? But yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait! Now that I'm talking about it, it's like, I don't know what I'm more excited for, all this Star Wars stuff or Endgame. Because frankly, I'm just really excited for all of them.
Oh yeah, there's lots of stuff happening. I mean, of course, most excited for Endgame right now.
Yeah,
very close.
That's in less than a week! People, I'm not ready. I've had a year to prepare, and I'm not ready. I'm not.
Yeah.
Was there anything else from Star Wars Celebration worth noting?
Oh, boy. I've run out of stuff to talk about. Legit, there's so much that I've almost just forgotten about, because so much has happened.
Yeah, that's true. There's been a lot. I mean, but really, though, those are the big main points.
Those are the big main... There's a lot of, like, mini stuff that I might have missed. A couple other panels that I didn't watch. I didn't watch a lot of the panels. But the big stuff, yeah, there's Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, official title and official teaser trailer. We've got... also, Alan Tudyk has been confirmed to come back in the Cassian Andor Disney Plus series. As K2SO. It's going to air in 2021, I believe. It's going to be a while before we get that one, but still, I think The Mandalorian should hold us over pretty well for a while. Oh, also, big news, sorry. Kathleen Kennedy, in an interview, confirmed at Star Wars Celebration, she has said that a Knights of the Old Republic era, either, like, project of some kind, is in the talks. It sounds like a movie. We've been asking for this, and there's still people on the internet who are still complaining that it's not a Kenobi movie, even though we've been asking for a Knights of the Old Republic era film. Either Knights of the Old Republic itself, let's just have Revan on film, or an era film. Because honestly, that's a cool era of Star Wars, the Old Republic era.
There's just a lot of diehard Ewan McGregor fans that just want him in another Star Wars movie.
And that's fine. I want it. But stop complaining when we're actually getting, at least, like, maybe not promised, but she said, yeah, we've been talking about it. We know it's something a lot of people want, and we're, really talking about it. Like, I don't care. I want to see Revan on film. I don't even care if it's not a movie about him, if he's just a cameo in it. I want to see Revan on film. We need to recanonize Revan, because he still hasn't been recanonized, technically. Exar Kun's been recanonized. Darth Bane's been recanonized. We need Revan.
Who do you like more, Revan or Thrawn?
Don't ask me that.
So you go from being so passionate about Thrawn then passionate about Revan. Now I'm really curious.
You can't ask me that. Revan is on a
That's like asking me if I like Captain Marvel or Wonder Woman.
You really can't answer that?
No! They're both amazing!
That's Wonder Woman for me.
I'm not talking about in terms of like movies, I'm talking about in terms of characters.
I'm still Wonder Woman for me.
Ah.
Nothing against Captain Marvel. Honestly, I don't have anything against Captain Marvel. I don't have anything against the movie. Brie Larson's kind of problematic, but honestly, Wonder Woman all the way. Wonder Woman is my choice. Thrawn is a great villain. Revan was a villain, and he didn't stay a villain. I love Revan because of what he did with the Force. And I want to see more with the Force. That's why I love Dave Filoni. He's willing to do things with the Force that other people aren't willing to do.
Nobody really knows how to
the
define what the
The
Force
Clone
is.
Wars and Rebels did so much with the Force that I loved. The Mortis trilogy, the World Between Worlds, the Wolves, the Loth Wolves. Love that concept. Like, so much mystery in Rebels. There's a lot of stuff that was in Rebels, and even the Clone Wars, that was never fully explained, and has not still been fully explained. Like, how can... it's just not... it's so much I can talk about. But, honestly, just... Star Wars, lots of stuff's happened. Lots of big stuff was talked about recently.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna cap off the Clone Wars. We're gonna
give
get
us
the
the ending we deserve.
Get the Mandalorian. Honestly, I don't... I want to see it, but I know for a fact that Ahsoka's gonna feel Order 66, and I'm afraid that Rex will not have removed his inhibitor chip, and that there's gonna be a scene where he almost kills her that we know is not gonna happen, but that is gonna suck. Alright?
No,
Odds are
don't
he's
say
removed his
that.
inhibitor chip. I actually don't know if that's right or not.
Maybe that'll be the reason why he removes it, because he realizes
No,
he
but
almost...
it's in his head. He can't just he's gotta,
I
either
know.
Ahsoka's gotta cut it out of his head, or...
Kind of hard to do that without killing him.
Yeah, that's the thing, it has to be surgically removed. It's in your brain. But it's like...
I'll just say, maybe he almost kills her, she gets away, and then he realizes,
I think
Ahsoka.
he had it removed before Order 66. I think.
We're gonna have to look into
There
it.
might even be a scene, not as heartbreaking, but will be heartbreaking, where the other clones start to turn on Ahsoka, and Rex has to kill them.
Dude, stop it! I don't want to
I'm just preparing for the realities. I'm also preparing for the possibility that R2-D2 might die in Episode 9.
Don't you dare. Don't you freaking dare!
Well, let's face it. How much of him do we see in the trailer? None.
Dude, we haven't seen him in any of the trailers for any of the movies.
Also true.
Now, granted, he was in a coma in the first movie.
And he had a very small part in Episode 9.
Or in Episode 7, I should say. Yeah, and he was there very briefly in Episode 8.
Episode 8, excuse me, yeah. But, let's face it.
Where he totally
Leia
guilt-tripped
is
Luke.
probably gonna die.
No. Oh, Leia? Oh,
Yeah, Leia is probably gonna die. Lando
Same
is
thing.
not. Lando is not. Because of the
Billy
fact...
D can never die.
Well, because of the fact that Leia is probably going to die and the fact that Carrie Fisher is dead is a good fact they're probably not going to kill Lando. But what's going to have an even bigger shock factor is if you kill R2-D2.
Please don't kill R2-D2. You can't kill R2. You can't. If he does, he has to have a very heroic death.
I have no doubt. They're not just going to kill him. They're not just going to shoot him and he's dead. No, he's
say-
going to go out saving everyone's life he always does.
I don't want it to end up being like in Return of the Jedi when he got blasted by that stormtrooper when he was trying to unlock the door.
No, it's going to be him saving everybody's life.
Dude, I don't want that.
Well, what's the best, there is a character who's not only been through the main saga movies, who's been through the television series, both of them, he was in Rebels, not as much, but he was in Rebels, he's been through everything, he saved everyone's lives countless times. What's the best way to have a big, huge shock factor at the end of your entire saga?
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca's not saved everyone's lives countless
No, but I'm
times.
just saying, that's a big shock factor. You
It
kill
would.
the Wookiee.
It would be. I don't think they will.
I just don't want them to kill anybody. I hate when people die.
People are going to die.
Because I hate crying.
Honestly, I think R2-D2 might be one of the ones to bite the dust.
Don't talk about dust. It's too soon. Too
Been
soon.
a year. Move past it.
Too soon.
Move on.
Are you kidding? I still say too soon when people talk about Mufasa.
Before everyone starts commenting, but not us in the comments, just don't.
Wow, okay, we just made 3 references there.
Well, I did say move on and realize
That's true.
But not us.
Not us.
Endgame is in, 4 days. For us, anyway.
Oh my freak!
4 days for us. We're gonna go see Endgame.
We will
And
give
we're gonna
our...
die.
Yeah, there may not be another episode of this because we will die at Endgame.
Yeah, we might just die. So this might just be our last episode.
So thank you for listening.
We hope you enjoy episode 9. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
We die in the afterlife.
Yeah, no, the following week, not next week, but the following week, we will. I'm assuming our entire episode will probably be about.
It'll
Endgame,
most likely be about Endgame, but
and it will.
we will put a spoiler alert up on the post.
It will not be spoiler free because there is probably no way in heck I could keep this spoiler free.
We can pretty much say, "Oh, we liked the movie," or "We hated the movie."
That'd probably be the only thing I'd be able to say. It was an amazing movie. That's all I'm saying.
And if you see, like, don't watch the Endgame spoilers are out there, folks. Don't watch them. I haven't watched them. I don't want to watch them. Whoever did
There's leaked footage. Don't
whoever
do it.
leaked the footage has a special place in outer darkness prepared just for them.
Really, I say that for any big movie.
I have no kind feelings for whoever did that because that is just such a douchebaggy thing to do.
I say that about anybody that does that with any big movie.
Yeah, but this
movie
movie in particular,
yeah,
the most anticipated movie probably of all time at this point.
So our next episode in 2 weeks will be our not spoiler-free review of Endgame. Yeah. Do not listen to it until you have seen it.
Don't listen.
Because there's not going to be any way we're going to be able to keep it spoiler-free.
It's probably going to be 3 hours in and of itself.
It'll be as long as the movie. We'll literally go step by step. This happened and this happened. And this is what we
probably
thought.
Won't even have processed all that's happened by that point.
It'll take over
I'll probably
a week.
have seen the movie like 3 or 4 times by that point.
Oh, you'll go back.
If not more. Like, let's be perfectly honest.
Yeah. You'll probably skip class next Tuesday so you can go to $5 Tuesday.
No, I can just learn movies when class is over. Although probably $5 Tuesday is going to be sold out, man.
Oh, yeah,
Remember
that's true.
Force Awakens was sold out when we, 3 showings worth? It was like, wow, it's still okay.
Yeah.
We probably got going. We're going to have dinner here soon.
Yes.
Easter dinner, even though it's not Sunday, but we're having a family Easter dinner on Saturday.
Well, that's because we're having Easter dinner with the in-laws.
Yep.
Anyway, that has been our Star Wars celebration episode. There's so much
Lots
to look
of
forward
things,
to.
lots of Star Wars. Star Wars is amazing.
Star Wars will continue on for a long time, and I personally am not complaining.
I'm fine with it.
Anybody with Star Wars fatigue, well, that's your problem. I am not tired of it.
Well, they are not doing... They tried with Solo to see if they could do multiple movies, and they decided not to. So it will be a while before we get another one, but we will still be getting more Star Wars.
But still, I'm not getting tired of it.
No, I'm not either.
Because pretty much once Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogy ended, it's like I need something else to look forward to. Apart from Marvel, because Marvel will go on for a long time. I expect that.
Marvel's got plans.
But I mean, Star Wars was my second biggest fandom, and so it's I need something to look forward to.
Yep.
But yeah, so there's lots of stuff coming. We'll probably talk more about it as other things come up, more details come to light and are revealed. If you like this episode, like our video, email us at forcecast327@gmail.com with your comments, questions,
or
topic
just
suggestions.
Comment.
Just comment in the video also.
Be sure to subscribe.
Yes, please subscribe. Like us on Facebook at our Forcecast page. Like we said before, we'll include all the aforementioned trailers.
Yeah, links to videos.
Links to the videos.
Nature.
All of that fun stuff. No episode next week because we're seeing Endgame, but come back again in 2 weeks.
We'll be talking about it.
Only if you have seen Endgame before then, because you'll already had a week.
Or if you don't care about spoilers, but
yeah, you will have already had a week to go see it.
You probably should see it. Movies are meant to be experienced, not to be told about.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll have already have had a week to go see it. If we spoil anything for you, I won't even apologize because you've had a week.
We've warned you.
Yeah, you will have had a week.
And we'll put the spoiler alert on the thing itself.
Yeah, there will be a spoiler alert.
Thumbnail.
If for whatever reason someone forgets, this is not going to be spoiler free. Anyway, that has been our Forcecast for this week. Thank you for joining us, and may the Force be with you.